Call to order the meeting for the Finance and Personnel Committee. Mr. Floyd, would you please call the roll?
Yes, sir. Trustee Baker.
Here.
Trustee Boyd.
Present.
Trustee Cottle.
Present.
Trustee DeLay.
Here.
Trustee Freeman.
Here.
Committee Chair Jacobs.
Here.
Chairman Smith.
Here.
Trustee James.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Floyd. First order of business is the approval of the minutes behind tab 1.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion, changes to the minutes? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. Tab 2 is our first action item today. Dr. McPhee, you get to lead this one for me?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I bring before you the permanent appointment of the Assistant to the President for Institutional Equity and Compliance, Dr. Wilson, who held that position, retired and returned to home on the West Coast. We did a national search. Alan Thomas chaired that search. Not Alan, Deb Sells chaired that search. You chaired another one, Alan. I brought this distinguished gentleman, our lawyer here. And the Christy Stegler, who was an interim position. She's been at the university. She's highly qualified, Mr. Chairman. The committee recommended her appointment, and I accept it, and I bring it to this board for confirmation.
Okay. Are there any questions? I will entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll take the vote. All in favor say aye.
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 Is she here, Joe?
Is she,
She has a sick child today.
okay. That happens. Next is the capital outlay project. Alan and Bill will take care of this. We have some good news here in that the state called and asked us to submit another capital project. So it appears that the state has found some money to help the universities. So Bill, give us an update. I think we have to have the packet in by October 15th. So Bill, you got it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, and good morning. First off, we do have two projects now. The original project, if you remember back to our last committee meeting, THEC made a requirement that those be a renovation project. And by the way, this item is for that approval located on page 17 or tab 3 of your materials. So this first outlay project is a renovation project. We are proposing renovations to KOM and Rutledge Hall. Certainly, these are both historic buildings that date back to the institution founding in 1911. These will both be comprehensive renovations with major work to the building systems, such as mechanical HVAC systems, mechanical systems, plumbing, electrical systems. We will have exterior improvements, including roofing, window replacement. We will also replan the building's interior to accommodate the academic programs. Those in this project, the proposed project at KOM, would be math, computer science, and of course our new data science program. And then Rutledge Hall would be converted from a dormitory use to accommodate University College. And this was due, like Mr. Jacobs mentioned, September 15th is when this first outlay project is due. And then Mr. Jacobs mentioned the additional outlay projects. So on August 11th, THEC notified higher education institutions that we would have the opportunity to do a second outlay project that would be focused on workforce development and community outreach. This one does not have a renovation requirement, so it could be a new building project. Again, this is due October 15th. The proposed project for this is the MTSU Aerospace Project. that would primarily focus on the professional pilot program and provide pre-flight briefing spaces. That was an academic accrediting body requirement. It would include hangar and tie-down space for professional pilot aircraft, additional classroom space, and then needed site development, site work, including utilities for the broader project. Approval for both of these, for both the renovation to KOM and Rutledge Hall projects is requested. Certainly thank you for your consideration, and I'm sure you, at this time, if you have any questions about either project, we'd like to open the floor for those.
Okay, thank you, Bill. It is good news that they're wanting us to take care of the two older buildings here on the campus and renovate those and bring them back to life, to newness, and for additional services to be added to the student body. And then it comes at a fortunate time, the second request, we are able to start work on our aerospace pilot program. And so I think that is absolutely very worthy and something that is an immediate need for the university. So I would entertain any questions about these two projects. Obviously, there'll be more data given to us concerning the flight school and aerospace as we get closer to getting those applications completed. But I want to. This committee needs to move these two out to keep us on schedule with the calendar with the state.
Yep.
So I would entertain a motion to move.
Second.
Thank you. Any more discussion?
Do we have to submit the physical location of a new building when we submit plans?
More
for that?
than likely.
And we have not made that determination. It's part of our long-range master plan, and we are reviewing that as we go. But yes, sir, we will be in a position
We're
to do
very
that.
fortunate that Murfreesboro sits in the middle of the state, and if you were to take 25, 30 miles and draw a circle, there's a lot of opportunities for us there. And I know Chairman Smith and Dr. McPhee will guide us on that issue. So,
Excuse me, Chair Jacobs, I want to verify who made the motion and who seconded.
I think I seconded it. I think I made it.
He made it, I
seconded
seconded it.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you, Pete.
you got it?
Yes.
Thank you.
So are we looking for another airport location or building another airport location or expanding here at the Murfreesboro?
We
I don't think,
we have not made any decision with regards to that.
but Murfreesboro's being a little difficult. They're worried about safety, and it is now surrounded with houses, So there's other places that really would like this opportunity. So, and it's great that the state is willing to look at giving us the money, that if we so decide to do that we can do it.
And what's the timeline on this particular activity?
We got to have the application in by October 15th.
That's correct. The first outlay was due, I think it was September 15, and then correct. The additional outlay project is due October 15th.
So you mentioned that the airport, City of Murfreesboro is concerned with safety. Are they still continuing to give us the space we need to continue to operate, or have they put some
They are,
restrictions in?
but they are making it difficult on the tie downs. So, we need to let Dr. McPhee and to continue to work through that process, and he is. But we've had to push back to maintain what we have. So, so it's a daily issue for Dr. McPhee, and this is perfect timing for us. Gives us lots of options.
Well, I think the possibility of us expanding our program to other airports is going to make it a lot safer. As a pilot,
Yes.
I've flown into Murfreesboro a bunch of times. Of all the places I've flown around the world, I get more traffic alerts right there.
Okay.
I'm just saying, as a pilot. It's a busy place.
Yeah.
At any one time, there's 15 to 20 airplanes within 5 miles of that airport.
Yeah.
And so it's, to the extent that we can relocate some of our aircraft to somewhere else and reduce the amount of traffic, it'd be awesome.
Yes, and I think that's what we're looking
Yeah.
at.
Good.
And Mr. Chairman, because this is on the record, I do want to, and I think I updated the board, we had all of the FAA folks, regional director, state director, in this room about 3 months ago. And obviously, anytime you have a large operation, we all are concerned, but our record of safety has been perfect. And they
Yes.
have indicated there are no issues with our MTSU training program.
Yeah.
But we are looking at expanding because the program is growing.
Yes.
So I just want to make sure that the issue of safety is a non-issue as far as the FAA has, and they monitor that on a regular. In fact, the gentleman who flies around and managed the safety was at this meeting and said that.
So Doc, as it relates to the FAA letting us know that our airport is safe and having a meeting with us, did we get any documentation from them to that effect?
It's through the review. We all go through, the airport's got a review. So there are records of a constant review of the safety of our program.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve these two projects. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Can I ask a question?
Yes?
Bill,
Yes, sir.
preliminary, what's the wild card guess on the project cost of the second project? Wild card.
You know, I hate to even throw a number out there because we're still
still
developing
designing.
the scope of the
Yeah.
project.
So it's
and
that far apart from,
I would say just to entertain a number, and like I said, please don't hold me to it because it's certainly still in flux. 30 to 40 million,
Yeah.
and it may be
okay,
less than that. But
That's fair.
I think just as a
It's great news.
guess
really.
right now. So
yeah.
Great news. All right, stadium debt, I think, Alan, that's yours.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Bill. So this one relates to what Chris gave you an
Tab 4.
update. Yes, page 23. An update on earlier regarding the first phase, or what we're calling the Student Athlete Performance Center master plan for athletics. So as you know, you approved a disclosure for the stadium. Total project cost $66 million. Bonding would be at $61 million. So this one has to do with the bonding piece and how that would be repaid to the Tennessee State School Bond Authority. The first page there, page 23, just goes through a couple of fees that have been approved over the years. I won't read that, as you've probably already read through that. On page 24, though, you'll see the first paragraph shows that this is the phase one and what I just went over. The estimated annual debt payment is going to be around $3.2 million over a 30-year term. So in looking at the athletic fee that this board has approved at $40, it brings in about $1.5 million. So we have a debt service fee on the stadium expansion those bonds will mature in fiscal year 27, 28. That fee currently brings in about $1.7 million. So with both of those fees being able to be used, that would cover the 30-year term, $3.2 million estimated debt payment that we're using right now. Now, we don't know what that interest rate will be when that bonding occurs. It could be 2 years, 3 years down the road. So this was based on about somewhere between 2.5% and 3%. So that's what I based that on. We're still having discussion with bond finance on what the submittal needs to be, but I think we're closer than we have been. So I think that's going very well. They're working with us very well. So we wanted to go ahead and get on record here now and have the board recommend to the board that you extend the $45 per credit hour debt service fee we currently have on the stadium expansion past the 27-28 fiscal year. So it could be used for this project as well if needed. We will also be doing, another source is private gifts for repaying that debt. So we would, of course, take that into consideration at the same time to see what revenue we need to make that debt service payment. So, but today's recommendation is to go ahead and have that extended, that $45 per credit hour extended past 27-28 as a revenue source.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Second.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Here's some more good news. Well, that was good news, and here's some more good news. Alan, if you'll explain to them what we've done with our partnership rate and the benefits coming to the university here.
Yes,
And
sir.
if I might just add to connect to our student trustee question earlier, this is the item that the board will be providing directions for us to your question earlier about.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so this relates to the corporate rate that this board has approved a couple times in the past. As you've seen, we've worked with McGuire Management Group lately with a pilot of this. So in that pilot, we looked at, and what we're recommending today is looking at that corporate rate. We set it at the in-state rate in the past. So anybody coming to the program could come for the current in-state rate. But working with companies, we have several that want to send a lot of their Tennessee employees to it. So there was no real incentive, because if you're a Tennessee resident, you receive that rate already. So the benefit was for out-of-state employers sending a lot of out-of-state employees and students to the program. So our recommendation now is to lower that rate to, it's on page 26, requesting the corporate rate be set at an 18% discount off of the undergraduate and graduate in-state tuition rate. So it's still tied to our in-state rate. So if the in-state rate does increase, it will always be an 18% decrease off of that rate. So currently our in-state undergraduate rate is $306. So that comes to $250 for the, around $250 for the undergraduate students. And then on the graduate side, our current in-state rate is $522. And with the 18% discount, it would be $428. I believe with, I think the latest numbers I have on the McGuire Management Group, as you always want to have data that comes with this, I think we're sitting around 61 students in that program that have already either expressed interest or have gone through the whole application process or may be enrolled. But I think they were excited, as we were as well, on that one program.
And Alan, I might add, I spoke to Mr. McGuire about 2 days ago, and as a result of our partnership, there's a corporation with about 30 McDonald's that would like to speak with us about doing it in the state, and there's one in the Panhandle that are interested, and so we're setting up a Zoom call with those CEOs to bring them on board. I think it was on Sunday that he called me about it.
And with McGuire, I'll add too that we've worked with one person that has about 20 locations, but I think the intent is to go beyond that to the other owners and managers of other locations and bring those on board to where we become the preferred provider for all employees. So our recommendation is to adjust corporate partnership rate to the 18% discount off the in-state rate today.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We have a motion.
Second.
Second. Any more discussion?
Question, is there a minimum number of franchisees or stores or whatever of an owner that we would consider for the corporate rate?
No, we have not set a minimum.
We have not. Through our university college, they work real closely with these to make sure they make sense, when they're working with them. So I think that will be part of the assessment that is done when somebody comes to us,
We
through
do
Dr.
have a
McPhee.
threshold. And we started off very conservatively for 100 for the McGuire, and as we already up to 61. So we do have some ranges that in order to participate in this.
That'd be helpful to know once that's decided, so we would know, maybe help target some potential.
Yes.
corporate.
Yes.
Chairman Jake, a
Yes.
comment. The
Yes.
PR and public relations and marketing in the media was fantastic. I thought it was a compliment to the university.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amen.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next is up Kathy Musselman. And this is good news, too. Anytime anybody gets a raise, this should be good news.
That's right.
So, Kathy, don't spoil my run here.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you. As reported to you in the May meeting, the state provided $4.5 million to the university for a 4% salary pool. Unfortunately, 4% salary pool, they only funded 55% of that. And so what our recommendation is, due to the lack of their funding of the pool, as well as the restrictions they put on us for tuition increases and that kind of thing, we're recommending that we only use the money that was allotted by the state, which is the $4.5 million. That equates to a 2.7% across the board, or $750, whichever is greater for our active employees. And so that is our recommendation to you today. In November, we plan to bring forward to you information regarding updating our compensation plan. At the last times we've implemented, we've been using 2014-15 data. We plan to come forward to show you the numbers of what it would be to bring it to 2021 data. So we'll be bringing that to you in November. Glad to answer any questions you might have.
So they're looking for us to recommend and approve the 2.7.
Yes, sir, or
Percent.
$750, whichever's greater.
Need a motion for that?
Need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? This is on page 29 in summary form in what we're doing for the university. Action taken here. No more discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Good. Thank you, Kathy. Next is, can I say this is going to be good news too?
I guess, yes, of course.
The grievance annual report, this is information only. We don't take any action here, but Kathy, please
Right.
go over it.
Annually, we are required to report to the Senate and House of Representatives Education Committee the number of classified grievances that we have had filed over the course of the last fiscal year. We had one that was pending last cycle that we reported, and that is the only one that we have reported for this cycle that was completed during this period of time. And so the decision was upheld. We had individuals that had the opportunity to file a grievance, but they did not grieve the termination or the demotion.
Good. Thank you.
Joey, I'd say that's not good news. That's amazing news to have one grievance out of,
It's good news.
I don't know, 1,000+ employees, so
That's good news. Thank you, Kathy.
Okay.
remarkable.
Amen.
Thank you.
Dr. McPhee, do you have any closing comments you have?
No, Mr. Chairman, thank you all very much.
Once again, this committee and really to the staff and support that we get from the university in this committee, I'm very, very appreciative. And you all have my total confidence and trust, and you've earned it, and thank you for the great job that you do for this committee. So I'll close this committee.
Executive and Governance Committee, we're ready to start. I have an obligation, and at 11 I must leave. It's not as important as this, but it's still an obligation, and I'm going to ask Pete to finish up the agenda if we haven't so far. Get it out. Need a roll call, please, sir.
Trustee DeLay,
Present.
Trustee Freeman,
Present.
Chairman Smith.
Present.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Has anybody or everybody reviewed the minutes?
Mr. Chairman, I think
Excuse me, Mr. Chair.